Hello everyone, it's nice to meet you again. In this video, we are going to discuss one topic in Pure Mathematics 3, numerical solutions of equations using iterative process. Why do we need to learn this topic? As we know, we are used to solving equations using direct algebraic method, such as using factorization or using quadratic formula. But sometimes, some equations cannot be solved using a direct algebraic process. And this method, numerical method, are ways of calculating approximate solutions to that equation. This is powerful problem-solving tools and are widely used in engineering, computing, finance, and many other applications. So students, let us start and try to understand how this method works. So let's start from something that we already know. Suppose that you are asked to solve equation x squared plus x minus 3 equals 0. So we can solve this equation using quadratic formula. The formula is x equals minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. It's equal to minus 1 plus or minus 1 squared minus 4 times 1 times minus 3 over 2 times 1. And we have two solutions to this equation. The first is x equals negative 2.303 and the second x equals 1.303. Now, how to use this method, numerical solution of equation, to solve the same problem, the same equation. So, let's draw the graph of y equals x squared plus x minus 3 first. So this is the graph of this function. And from this graph, we know that there is one solution here, which is near x equals negative 2. Or we can say that there is one solution between negative 3 and negative 2. One way to know approximate solution to the equation, we can also use what we call sign change rule. We can check, for example, here we input x equals negative 3 to this formula. So it's negative 3 squared plus negative 3 minus 3 equals 3. So it's positive. And when we input x equals negative 2 to this formula also, we got negative. So one value of y is positive 3. And then the other is negative 1. So since one is positive and one is negative, we can conclude that the graph cuts the x-axis between x equals negative 3 and negative 2, since the graph is also continuous. So we are sure that this graph will cut the x-axis between x equals negative 3 and negative 2. And therefore, there is one solution, or there is one root between x equals negative 3 and negative 2. So this is called sign change rule. Now, We need to arrange the equation, rearrange the equation x squared plus x minus 3 equals 0 using this method. So first we move x minus 3 to the right, and then we divide both sides by x. So we have equation, similar equation, x equals 3 over x minus 1. This equation and this equation is actually the same. So now we use iterative processes. Xn plus 1, which is this one, is equal to 3 over xn minus 1. We start, since we know that one solution lie between x equals negative 3 and x equals negative 2, I think it's reasonable and it's easy to understand that we may start from x0 equals negative 2.5, because it's in between negative 3 and negative 2. But this is not a must. You may start using other value. For example, you may start from negative 2.4, for example. But don't start from a very far between these two value. So in this case, I start with x equals negative 2.5. And then the iterative process goes like this. X1, we use the input of x0. So we put here 3 over negative 2.5 minus 1. Using calculator, the result is negative 2.2. And then x2, we use the previous result and then put it there. So 3 over negative 2.2 minus 1. The answer is negative 2.3636. We repeat this process again and again. Here I do this process 6 times. And then I conclude that the solution is x equals 2.3, correct to one decimal place. Why? Because we can see here, if I round it off to one decimal place, this one is negative 2.3, this one is negative 2.3, this one is negative 2.3, negative 2.3 also. But if you need a more accurate solution, you need to do more iteration. For example, if you want to find solution correct to 2 decimal places, this and this are not the same yet, because this one, if we round it off to 2 decimal places, it will be negative 2.29, while this one is negative 2.31. So if you need more accurate solution, you do more iteration. Okay, students, let us discuss some question related with the topic to strengthen your understanding. This is the first question. A. Show that the equation ln x plus 1 plus 2x minus 4 equals 0 has a root alpha between x equals 1 and x equals 2. So, to answer this question, we need to check the value of ln x plus 1 plus 2x minus 4 when x equals 1 and when x equals 2. Turns out that when x equals 1, the value is negative, and when x equals 2, the value is positive, 1.099. So the conclusion, according to the sign change rule, there is a root alpha between x equals 1 and x equals 2. So we have answered the question part A. B. Use the iterative formula xn plus 1 equals 4 minus ln xn plus 1 over 2 with an initial value of x1 equals 1.5 to find the value of alpha correct to 3 decimal places. Students, this equation and this one are actually the same. We can rearrange this using algebra to change it into this form, like the one that I did here. So first we move ln x plus 1 and minus 4 to the right. It will be like this one, and then move the 2 to the right. It will be the same as this. Actually, the question does not ask you to make this equation into this form, but I think it's a good thing also to know that this equation and this equation are actually the same. So now, the question explicitly asks you to use a starting value of x 1.5, which is actually okay because we know that the root lie between 1 and 2. But if you want to use, actually if the question does not explicitly ask you to use this value, you can also use other value as long as it is between 1 and 2. So now x1 is 1.5, and then for x2 we input 1.5 here, so it become 4 minus ln 1.5 plus 1 over 2. The answer is 1.5419. And then x3 is this. We input x2 here. And then x4, we input x3 here. And repeat the same process again and again until we can have conclusion that alpha is 1.535 correct to 3 decimal places. So this is the second question. Question 2. The equation cos inverse 3x equals 1 minus x has a root alpha. A. Show by calculation that alpha is between pi over 15 and pi over 12. I think it's the same as in question 1, but now we need to make one side become 0 first. So I'm going to move this one to the left. It will be cos inverse 3x minus 1 plus x equals 0. So here fx equals cos inverse 3x minus 1 plus x. So students, don't forget to make one side of the equation become 0 first before you apply the sign change rule. So now we check the value of fx when x equals pi over 15. So put it there, pi over 15. The result is 0.1008, which is greater than 0. And then do the same thing using x equals pi over 12. You put x equals pi over 12 here. Then we get fx equals negative 0.0707, which is negative. So since one is positive, the other is negative, then we can conclude that according to sign change rule, there is a root between pi over 15 and pi over 12. And then show that the given equation can be rearranged into the form x equals 1/3 cos 1 minus x. So we are going to convert the original equation into the wanted form. So first, since cos inverse 3x equals 1 minus x, then we can say that 3x is equal to cos 1 minus x, and x equals 1/3 cos 1 minus x. And then C, using the iterative formula xn plus 1 equals 1/3 cos 1 minus xn, with a suitable starting value x1, find the value of alpha correct to 3 decimal places, given the result of each iteration to 5 decimal places. So, since we know that the root lie between pi over 15 and pi over 12, so in my answer, I start x0, this is the starting value of x, pi over 14. So students, pi over 14 is also between pi over 15 and pi over 12. So it's okay to use pi over 14. If you want to use other value as a starting point, as long as the value that you are using in between pi over 15 and pi over 12, that's okay. So for x1, this is the starting point, the starting value pi over 14. For x1, we input pi over 14 here. We get this. And then for x2, we input this value here. We get this. And so on, and so on. And then until 3 decimal places, this one is 0.242. This one also correct to 3 decimal places, 0.242. So this and this already the same. Then we can already make conclusion that alpha is 0.242. Students, the next 2 questions will be taken from Cambridge past paper, so that you will be familiar also with the type of questions that usually appear in Cambridge exam, especially related to this topic. Question 6. A. By sketching a suitable pair of graphs, show that the equation cot 2x equals 2 sine 2x minus 1 has exactly one root in the interval 0 less than x less than 1/2 pi. So the solution to this equation is the intersection between the graph of y equals cot 2x and the graph of y equals 2 sine 2x minus 1. This is the graph of cot 2x. You can check when x equals pi over 4, cot 2 times pi over 4 is 0. And then this one is actually when x equals pi over 8. So when you replace the x with pi over 8, cot 2 times pi over 8 is 1. So this is the graph of y equals cot 2x. And then for the graph of y equals 2 sine 2x minus 1, when x equals 0, 2 sine 0 minus 1 is minus 1. then when x equals pi over 4, 2 times sine 2 times pi over 4 minus 1 is equal to 1. And when x equals pi over 2, y again becomes negative 1. So this is the graph of y equals 2 sine 2x minus 1. You can also check these two graphs using the graph of transformation, the one that you have learned in Pure Math 1. B. Show by calculation that the root is in the interval 0.4 less than x less than 0.6. So we will move this expression, the one on the right, to the left. So the equation, when we move this one to the left, the equation become cot 2x minus 2 sine 2x plus 1 equals 0. So fx is cot 2x minus 2 sine 2x plus 1. And then we check the sign when we replace x with 0.4 and when we replace the x with 0.6 and check whether there is a sign change or no. So when x equals 0.4, cot 0.8 minus 2 sine 0.8 plus 1 is 0.537, which is positive. And when x equals 0.6, it is negative. The conclusion is that because there is a sign change, we can conclude that there is a root between 0.4 and 0.6. And then C, use the iterative formula xn plus 1 equals half tan inverse 1 over 2 sine 2xn minus 1 to calculate the root correct to 2 decimal places. Give the result of each iteration to 4 decimal places. So as starting value, since we know that there is root between these two values, 0.4 and 0.6 already, so we can use any value between 0.4 and 0.6. In my answer, I start with x0 equals 0.5. And then for x1, I replace the x with 0.5 and put it here. And I get 0.4858. For x2, I use the previous value of x, which is 0.4858, and put it again here. It will be like this. And then I got this value, 0.4967. I repeat this process again. And then I get x3 and then x4 and so on. But now when I round off x3 and x4 correct to 2 decimal places, I got the same answer, 0.49. This one, if I round it off to 0.49, this one is also 0.49. So the conclusion is that the value of x is 0.49 correct to 2 decimal places. Question 6a. By sketching a suitable pairs of graphs, show that the equation absolute x minus 2 is equal to 2 sine half x has only one root in the interval 0 less than x less than pi. So we need to sketch the graph of y equals absolute x minus 2. The blue graph is the graph of y equals absolute x minus 2, in which the critical point is when x minus 2 equals 0 or x is equal to 2. And then the red graph is the graph of y equals 2 sine half x. When x equals 0, the value of y is equal to 0, and then when x is equal to pi, the value of y is 2 sine half pi, which is equal to 2. So as you can see, there is only one intersection point between these two graphs. Therefore, there is only one root in the interval from 0 until pi. So there is only one intersection. The intersection is the root of this equation. And then for part B, show by calculation that this root lies between 1 and 1.5. So we move the expression on the right to the left. So we get the equation absolute x minus 2 minus 2 sine half x is equal to 0. So we need to check the sign of absolute x minus 2 sine half x for the value of x equals 1 and for the value of x equals 1.5. So when x equals 1, the value of this is 0.0411, which is positive or greater than 0. And then when x equals 1.5, the value is negative 0.863, which is less than 0. So according to the sign change rule, we can say that there is one root between 1 and 1.5. And then for part C, use the iterative formula xn plus 1 equals 2 minus 2 sine half xn with an initial value of 1.03 to calculate the root correct to 2 decimal places. Give the result of each iteration to 4 decimal places. So we start from x equals 1.03, and then x1 we substitute the value of x with 1.03. We get 1.0149. And then for x2, we change the value of x here with 1.0149. Then we get the value of x2 is 1.0281. We repeat this process several times until there is until the value remain the same, correct to 2 decimal places. So I stop until this because x7, if we round it off to 2 decimal places, it will be 1.02. x8 also 1.02 if we round it off to 2 decimal places. So we can conclude that the value of x is 1.02. Okay students, I think that's the end of our discussion today. I hope this video can help you understanding the topic of numerical solutions of equation. Thank you for watching and see you in our next video.